Guys, I've seen a lot of anime. I've seen One Piece, Vinland Saga, Attack on Titan, and as much as I love all of them, I have never in my entire life seen an anime like Your Lie in April. It is, in fact, my favorite anime of all time. Even though I have a One Piece tattoo, I just love Your Lie in April more than I ever thought I could love an anime. And I'm going to explain the reasons that no one asked for of why I believe that Your Lie in April is not the greatest anime of all time, but in my opinion, the best anime of all time. Number one, why I believe Your Lie in April is the best anime of all time, or in my opinion, the best anime of all time, is because the pacing. It is one season, 23 episodes. Guys, you can't ask for anything shorter than that. And what it does in those 23 episodes is tell a complete story, beginning, middle, and end. Guys, I've seen Naruto, I've seen One Piece, I've seen Attack on Titan. Naruto specifically has some of the most fucking retarded, insanely stupid, like boring filler of all time. So I can sit through filler, right? And I can see when pacing is really bad, and I can even suffer through it. But you shouldn't really have to. Why can't we just get a complete story, beginning, middle, and end? What Your Lie in April does is it takes characters, it builds them up. Every single word they say is intentional. Every song they play has a purpose. Every single episode is leading towards the ultimate payoff, which is at the very end of the show. And I think they did such an excellent job. The amount of love and admiration that we can get for these characters, and the amount of investment that we can get into these characters for just 23 episodes is fucking insane. It is so incredible the way they paced the show to have one season to tell a perfect story. And guys, number two is going to be the dialogue. I really think the dialogue is one of the most standout parts of this entire series. I can think of quotes off the top of my head. Spring is here. The season I met you is coming. You're never going to be 15 and in spring ever again. These quotes, okay guys, I have a huge obsession with like sadness, I would say. Like the book that I'm writing has a lot of sadness in it. I love stories that have sadness and recovery and despair and redemption. And I love that side of humanity, seeing people overcome terrible situations or free themselves from their burden of sadness or free themselves from the chains that they, put on themselves. I love things like that. And I believe that this show, while it is a show about kids in high school, can really apply to a lot of things in life. That quote I said, you're never going to be 15 or insert whatever age you are and in spring ever again. Reason number three why I believe that this is one of the greatest shows, or this is the best show of all time, is the music in the story. Number one, the opening theme song for the first 12 episodes might be the most catchy, and it might be one of the best openings of all time, right? It is so catchy. Now, obviously there's some great ones, so I'm not willing to die on that hill. If you guys want to say Fighting Dreamers, right, from Naruto, like that shit is hype. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of other really good openings too, but this one was so good, man. Like I still hum it just randomly in my head whenever I'm cooking protein pancakes or whenever I'm just like walking around or whatever. It's just incredible. And then unfortunately they did have to change it. Episode 13 to 23 I think has a different opening theme song, which I think is infinitely worse than the first one. I wish they didn't change it, so that's a little blemish on it. The music was fantastic, and then them being able, I'm a sucker for piano. Obviously I have a piano in the back. I love the instrument. It's my favorite instrument to listen to, and the show being about pianos, right, and being about music, they play great, very famous pieces from the past, right, from like Mozart and Bach and all these other like famous composers. And the best part is what they do is they also they put their own spin on it almost, right? And that's a big part of Cowdy's character, is she is playing music different than the way that the composers of the past are playing their own music, or wrote the music to be played. And she is like imprinting herself on this music. And I think it's a really cool idea to I think it's really ingenious to not only play classical music of the past and celebrate its its significance by putting it in the show, but also being unapologetic in having a character that takes that and puts her own crazy twist on it and transforms the music into something else. I'm no composer myself. I know pretty much nothing about music other than the fact that I like it, and I just really like what they did with the music in this story. I think it's just fantastic. I think everything that they do is like, it tells you a story. The music that they play is very what is it called? The music that they play also has a lot of significance to like what part of the story they're at. And even there's a song that they play in the anime called Love Sorrow, and it has a different version called Love's Joy. And the mom used to always play Love Sorrow for Kosei before she died. And Kosei used to always ask, why would you play Love Sorrow and not Love's Joy? And I believe that, correct me, I mean, if I'm wrong, put it in the comments below, but her mom, or his mom, was so bogged down with her own imminent demise and the fact that she's not going to see her son grow up and be incredible with the piano like she never could, and to see her son like almost you know, accomplish his dreams, and she felt really sad about that. And Kosei used to play that song all the time, even after she passed, right? Or even when she was alive, up until when she passed. And then towards the very end of the show, he would played Love's Joy as like a sign of like him being emotionally free, and he has this connection again with life and with music. And it was just a really beautiful, very silent part of the story that allowed you to really understand where this character came from emotionally, and that journey from being, you know, someone who couldn't even play music anymore to, you know, feeling the sadness in his own music, to now being able to play free. And it had everything to do with Kosei allowing him to feel alive again. And it's incredibly beautiful how not only is the dialogue incredible at weaving the narrative together, but the music is a subtle like sense of the music is like this subtle background heat check, right? Of like, where are we at, right? The music that I'm playing, what does that mean for whatever character is playing it? I think it's incredible. Guys, we have to talk about this ending. And the ending is just one of the most beautiful parts. We alluded to it earlier in the video, but the lie that was told in April was that Kaori really liked Kosei, but she pretended to like Ryota because she knew that she was dying and she didn't want to mess up Kosei's life by them falling in love and then her dying when she fell in love. She also had a feeling that Tsubaki, Kosei's like female best friend, had like loved him, so she didn't want to mess anything up with them either. Now so like, how unselfish of Kaori to do something like that, right? To basically put aside her feelings for the sake of Kosei. Now I'm gonna say that I still like, it's me personally, I think it's still a little selfish, because being around him all the time, he fell in love with you without being able to take advantage of, you know, your time together, right? And by you basically pretending that you didn't like Kosei, I'm saying you, like by Kaori pretending like she didn't like Kosei, it's almost like bittersweet, because they really could have had like a magical romance before she died, and I think it would have affected him still in the same way. Whereas Kosei could have basically loved and lost, but at least he got like more out of the love before he lost, you know what I'm saying? Whereas like Kaori, in the situation that unfolded in the anime, is almost like this phantom of a dream where Kosei's in love with her but can never truly get close because he thinks that he's betraying his friend because she likes him and he likes her, right? And it was this whole like kind of fucked up situation, and I just think that it's really cool the way it played out, because it's very human like, right? It's organic. It's a great, I love shows and I love dialogue and I love stories that feel natural and feel real and feel like that actually could happen in real life. And Kaori basically being selfish and unselfish in that way, right? Like she was selfishly around Kosei and made Kosei fall in love with her, but was very unselfish in, I guess, like not ruining his first love by dying while they were dating. But she died without them dating, and she still was his first love. So it was very cool, like interesting, I guess, dynamic with that story. Also, her dying to be with her dying and still like wanting to play music and to see the sunlight and to spend time with the people that care about her most. And like her, you see at the end, like she is very shaken up because she is no longer to do the thing that she loves the most, which is play music. And you like, she puts on this brave face in front of everyone because she doesn't want to see, like, she doesn't want to make other people sad. Like her entire existence, because she is dying, is to lift up and bring other people into the light. And she is basically like spreading that light to brighten other people's lives while not showing them her dark side and her sadness to, I guess, make other people feel better. And it's just this very beautiful it's a very beautiful like sacrifice that she's making. And I just think that I think that this anime is the most incredibly well put together story that you could ever really ask for a one season show. And I really thought, you know, Cyberpunk Edge Runners was a fantastic one season show, at least right now, right? Like the story that it told, it can't even hold a candle to this. I really think so. I think this is legitimately one of the most impactful, best animes you could ever watch. And I'm not even just saying this as like a romantic, right? Like obviously I'm a romantic. I love this story, but it has something for everyone. Like Your Lie in April has great dialogue, it has great music, it has lovable characters, it has some comedy in it, it has sadness and pain, it has, I mean, it literally just has everything. And I think if you guys, I honestly think like every year I'm just gonna rewatch this during April. Like it's just that good, man. Fuck, it's just that good. But yeah, that's it.